Welcome everyone to another episode of LinkShadow Talks. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Wajdi Khalid, the regional senior sales manager of Meta at Recorded Future. Well, Recorded Future has been at the forefront of cyber threat intelligence, helping organizations understand not only what threats exist, but which threats actually matter, and how security teams can make faster and more informed decisions. Welcome, Wajdi, and it's a pleasure having you here with us at LinkShadow Talks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here and very delighted and really appreciate this opportunity. As you mentioned, I'm senior manager at Recorded Future, handling East Arabia and Africa regions. I've also been in the IT and security domain for the last 20 years. I've worked in distribution in Canada and Cofence and then Recorded Future. And I'm really happy to be here to kind of share my insights with you and also answer any questions that you have.
Wajdi, you are an old friend before working together, and it's a pleasure having you again with us here at LinkShadow. Wajdi, speaking about threat intelligence, today every organizations have access to these kind of threat intelligence, IOCs, vulnerabilities databases from different places. Still, many SOC teams today still struggle and they cannot turn these threat intelligence into meaningful action. I wonder why could be, what is the gap here, Wajdi?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I don't think it's ever been a problem with data because the data was always somewhat some way there within either the existing security tools or infrastructures or certain threat feeds. I think that the way that the intelligence domain has gone now is that needs to become a lot more intelligent and be used in the way within your existing security tools and infrastructure to take away from that alert fatigue from your analyst, to take away from writing manually reports, to take away from monitoring specific threat actors or things like that across the different domains. So I think this is where intelligence is now becoming a lot more important. And although intelligence has always been around for a long time, and a lot of people used to consider intelligence, more like threat feeds or brand protection, right? This is what intelligence was to them. But now getting that context into the intelligence, into certain threat actors and their TTPs, and then leveraging that into your existing security tools and infrastructures, that's where I think intelligence is going. That's how it's made a difference.
And we have seen also many organizations still use these same threat intelligence feeds, knowing that it is not for their sector or their current region, but they're still using it. How important is it today to tailor the threat intelligence that you are connecting to your exact sector or your exact region? And I believe this makes a big difference when people start looking at it in this way.
100%. And we go back to a few things, right? Like looking at those threat actors, because threat actors, it depends on the region that you're from, differ, right? So, for example, in UAE, maybe you might have nation state threat actors. However, maybe in parts like South Africa, you have more smaller groups that are being. So you need to understand, first of all, who's the people that are attacking you, and then create your priority intelligence requirements, build the right requirements internally, and then structure your threat intelligence around that. So you can be more specific in the types of reports, the types of monitoring that you do against the types of organizations or threat actors targeting specific organizations that are similar to your organizations, and then leveraging those within your existing security tools and infrastructure to help you quickly respond and act.
I agree with you.
Regional specific threats.
I agree with you because Wajdi, and I believe this. It's not about how much threat intelligence do you have. It's not about the volume. It's about how dedicated are these threat intelligence to your environment, to your region, to your priorities and business priorities. And I definitely agree with you on this. Now, speaking about threat intelligence, we cannot escape speaking about artificial intelligence now and AI. AI is the new era that we are living in now, and it is changing how attackers are behaving and attacking us. But it's also changing how defenders started responding to these attacks and analyzing what's going on around them. From your opinion, Wajdi, I want to understand how AI can help us now and in the coming future when it comes to cybersecurity threat intelligence.
Yeah. I think like AI is a big buzzword and everyone's using it, and every vendor has AI embedded within their solutions. But the problem with AI is not just about having it within your solution to understand, specific data and or write reports and things like that. I think the issue is that even the threat actors are using AI in a couple different ways, whether to structure their emails and their phishing attacks and things like that, or using it for the complete cycle of an attack. And I think one of the things that really differentiates organizations is how long they've been using algorithms and machine learning, natural language processing, things like that, recorded features since the outset of the organization. In 2008, we've been leveraging machine learning, natural language processing. So some type of AI to enhance our algorithms to the point where they are these days, where they're helping analysts not only understand threats faster, but also helping their tools respond to those threats also. So I think AI is definitely at the forefront of everything that we do.
It's moving us from being reactive to the threat intelligence to be more as a proactive and productive, I guess. Okay. Threat intelligence, I believe, can be much important to us when it is correlated with what's going on in our environment, especially integrating these threat intelligence with the network activities, sensitive data, cloud environments, and identity intelligence running in your environment. From your perspective, how important is this, Wajdi, for customers to be able to solve their issues today when it comes to cyber threats?
No, I 100% agree with you. And I think we go back to the same thing about artificial intelligence, how to leverage artificial intelligence. And one concept that comes up a lot with artificial intelligence is the concept of autonomous threat operations. And really to be able to detect and mitigate against these attacks because of the AI and how attackers are using it, you need to be able to also integrate and autonomously hunt for threats within your organizations. Whatever the tools that you have within your organization, you need to be able to leverage intelligence in a way that can detect the exact points that are critical to your data, to your environment, to your, I guess you could say, sector at the end of the day.
Okay, wonderful. Now, speaking about integrations and speaking about correlations, brings us to Record the Future and LinkShadow. And we have been working together the past, I don't know how many years, a lot. And then our integration was very loud to a lot of our customers. Today, Recorded Future is providing these customers with the world-class threat intelligence. And while LinkShadow helps security teams correlate this threat intelligence within their network and detection that we are detecting from LinkShadow. From your perspective, where do you think bringing the greatest value of these two technologies together to bring to our customer the greatest value?
Yeah, I think one of the things that most vendors pride themselves on is the number of integrations that they have. And I think that's one thing that we can confidently say out of Recorded Future is that we have maybe 100 over 100 out-of-box integrations from our tools. And obviously one of those being LinkShadow, one of the best integrations that we have, because we understand that importance of data such as network data within organizations and how critical that data can be, and then leveraging intelligence in a way to quickly identify an admin account that's being shopped on the dark web, for example. So you can quickly go and reset that before a compromise happens from an identity perspective, or any other kind of network traffic, command and control servers, things like that. So being able to detect that in real time based on intelligence that you're getting from externally, I think is very important for many organizations.
This is what we believe in, because we are following, as again, the cybersecurity mesh architecture, Wajdi. And this architecture is exactly explaining what you have just mentioned. We wish that there's one tool can solve everything in the world, but integrating all security tools today is very important. The threat intelligence from your end, the NDR capabilities from our end, for example, and we have a lot of customers where we have they are very, very happy with whatever is happening in their environment. I believe, Wajdi, you can tell us about one of these customers.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of success stories, but specifically where we have a couple of organizations using Recorded Future and LinkShadow in conjunction to help them not just reduce the fatigue from their analysts in analyzing and responding to threats, but also really operationalizing the intelligence and making use of it and quickly responding to attacks without even the analysts getting involved. So I think this is, again, goes back to how we're leveraging both our AIs and your AI models together to quickly respond to threats in real time.
Well, I hope we keep going forward with this because our customer needs us together to protect them better and to autonomously find threat intelligence and injecting it to the right tools to take the right actions. So this is what we are doing together, and we'll keep doing it, inshallah. Another news I heard that Recorded Future, alhamdulillah, recently became part of Mastercard, bringing together the world's leading payment technology companies with one of the cybersecurity leaders in the market, which is Recorded Future. Now, being part of Mastercard, this acquisition benefits customers in different angles. And I want to understand from your perspective how customers can feel this value of this acquisition together.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's bringing the world's one of the world's largest payment processors, issuers, with the world's largest data collector, and then leveraging AI to make those data work together and understand each other and correlate with each other. I think is going to be beneficial not just for financial customers of Mastercard, but also everybody, because at the end of the day, cyber and fraud are very closely related, and our mission at Mastercard is obviously to stop that. So bringing these capabilities together is very important, and a lot of people maybe don't know this about Mastercard, but they have obviously cybersecurity. They've been making acquisitions over the last few years, and they have other cybersecurity tools and solutions that really complement Recorded Future and a lot of the other cybersecurity needs of our clients these days. So I think it makes a lot of sense, and we're really looking forward to continue our expansion story in Meta. And hopefully also obviously continue our growth with LinkShadow and creating even more synergies and integrations.
Definitely. And it's our pleasure having this integration together because it is really giving a big value to our customers today, knowing that we have this integration built in within our environment together with Recorded Future and LinkShadow. Now, leaving it to the end, if you want to give one simple advice to our Caesars who's watching this episode today, uh, how they can build a better program for their threat intelligence in the coming 12 months, what would it be?
I mean, it's comes down to identifying your priority intelligence requirements within your organization. Who are the threat actors that are targeting you, your industry, your country, and not specifically just only looking at the big threat actors, also looking at smaller threat actors, and then leveraging AI to quickly respond within your existing security tools and solutions. I think this is one thing that you have to really look at as a executive and security leader, and see how you can leverage your existing tools that you have made a big investment in to make them smarter, faster, and better, because we definitely need to be faster in this day and age.
So, if we want to summarize it, we need to focus on context. We need to focus on integrations with other security tools
100%.
and focus on the threat intelligence that matters to your industry by sector or region or business priorities.
100%.
Well, I cannot thank you more, Wajdi. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank
Threat intelligence is no longer just about collecting indicators or reading reports. It's about understanding which threats matter, how they relate to your business, and turning intelligence into faster and more confident security decisions. To everyone watching, thank you for joining another episode of LinkShadow Talks. If you enjoy the discussion, don't forget to follow us for more conversations about cybersecurity and how we can build a more trusted digital environment in your organizations. Thank you.